there somebody strong?
They're coming.
Help me!
They're coming.
First at 5, a brave attempt to save a life. A man drowning at Woodlawn Lake this morning when a woman jumped in to save him. He was pulled from the water, but that man did not survive.
Sarah Acosta with the incredible video of the woman's efforts to try to save that man and why she says she jumped in.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Is there somebody strong?
They're
who can
coming.
help me?
They're coming.
Cameras were recording, showing Katrina Mijares jumping into action to save a drowning man in Woodlawn Lake Wednesday morning. She says she was on a walk and saw a crowd of people watching the man flailing in the water.
I didn't really think about it. I just kind of started like, is anybody gonna go in? And nobody said, I mean, they were older. And so I was the youngest one there, so I just did what I felt like I should do.
Another bystander capturing it all on video.
Took off my shoes and my headphones and I just started swimming.
She swam out to the middle of the lake, remembering her lifeguarding skills while she worked at Aquatica at SeaWorld 10 years ago when she was in high school.
I kind of just used my swimming skills and I don't know, I guess I just wanted to and I did.
While pulling him back to the shore, Mijares says he got heavy and she yelled for help eventually. Another man who was running by got in to help her pull the man out of the water.
I don't know who helped me, but I think this gentleman that they said runs here every day, he jumped in and towards the end and we started pulling him up to shore. So thankful for him.
More bystanders helping, doing CPR on the man before EMS arrived, who continued to attempt to revive him. At one point, they were able to get a pulse back, but he later died at the hospital. Mijares says it was her faith that helped her while she attempted to save him. Sarah Acosta, KSAT 12 News.
She couldn't just stand by. A man died this morning after being electrocuted while trimming tree branches for his neighbor.
Yeah, the San Antonio Fire Department dispatched shortly after 8 this morning to the 800 block of South Sandario Avenue. They arrived to find Alex Quintanilla still dangling from his harness in a tree. They believe Quintanilla hit a power line with his pole saw. The department's technical rescue team didn't get him down until after CPS Energy physically de-energized that power line. More than an hour after crews were first called out, Quintanilla was pronounced dead at the scene.
It was very difficult, and to be on the safe side, you know, we took our time because once we determined that it was going to be a recovery and not a rescue, we definitely took our time.
CPS Energy says only professionals allowed to trim near high voltage lines, and if you're trimming near the service line to your home, the utility says you should call 5 business days in advance so they can temporarily remove that line.
A woman whose toddler was found alone wandering the streets of a West Bexar County neighborhood is now back home after spending the night in jail.
Meanwhile, Child Protective Services has removed that 2-year-old and other children from her home. Katrina Weber spoke to the neighbor who found the lost child and says she's glad she was in the right place at the right time.
Despite the tears, this toddler is home safe at the home of a stranger. The 2-year-old on the doorbell camera was also the center of a social media mystery. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office put out the appeal for information after he was found wandering through the subdivision off Potranco Road Tuesday morning.
As I came in the neighborhood, I just saw him running across the sidewalk.
This neighbor, known only as Gabriela, was on her way home when she saw him in a soiled diaper heading down Hollow Trail. The mother of 5 immediately stopped her car.
Gabriela says when she first approached the toddler, he tried to hide behind these mailboxes. Eventually, though, she was able to get him into her car and take him to safety.
It was almost 80 degrees, so I picked him up. I put him in my son's car seat that happened to already be in my car.
She shared that video with us of her bringing the little boy home and of deputies answering her 911 call. They say almost 3 hours after he was found, his mother, 24-year-old Destiny Salaya, called to report him missing. But instead of reuniting with her son, she was taken to jail. They say they also found marijuana in her home.
Good morning. I'm from the news from KSAT. Are you Destiny?
I found Salaya back at home in time for breakfast. She told me this all was blown out of proportion. The toddler and her other children, meanwhile, have been placed with relatives.
He was tiny. He depended on any adult that he had around him.
Gabriela says she's just glad she was there to help. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Let's go to I-35 at Laredo right now, and we can see traffic moving along pretty smoothly. You can see that there's the construction on the lower levels, though, getting people off there as the traffic that comes towards us. Heavy in both directions, but still moving despite the construction.
Sarah, lots of sunshine out there today.
Lots of sunshine, that's right. And we're seeing some cirrus clouds move in. So these cirrus clouds are wispy, high-thin cirrus clouds. They're made of ice crystals. They're coming in off of shore because of this low pressure system right here. And cirrus clouds make for gorgeous sunsets. So this is your sunset alert. It's going to be beautiful with low humidity, a little bit on the warm side, but right around sunset, temperatures will be cooling into the 80s. So make sure you get out and enjoy that sunset. And if you happen to, send in pictures to KSAT Connect. We'd love to show them a little bit later today. So gorgeous sunset for us. Believe it or not, we had a record low and we were close to 100 today. I'll tell you why coming up in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Sarah. The deadline to enroll newborns in the Texas Tuition Promise Fund program is tomorrow. That program allows families a chance to enroll their child in any Texas public college or university and lock in 2024-25 prices for tuition and fees. Children must be under 1 year old at the time of enrollment. Kind of an early decision there. For more flexibility, the plan can also be used at Texas medical and dental schools, Texas private colleges, out-of-state schools, career schools, and registered apprenticeship programs. In those cases, tuition costs are not locked in and benefits are based on their transfer value. We have more information and a link to enroll on KSAT.com.
Well, as kids head back to school, cell phones will be banned in many Texas classrooms. It's a new state law passed this year that bans any personal wireless communication device during the school day in classrooms. This Friday, Governor Greg Abbott is expected to hold a ceremony to formally sign that bill into law. The governor's office says the bill will create a phone-free learning environment and protect the safety and online privacy of kids. School districts do have some flexibility in how they enforce the ban. Our newsroom is working to get more information from districts in our area about their plans.
New at 5, Texas House Republicans releasing the first draft of a new congressional map that aims to flip 5 Democratic seats in the 2026 midterms.
So the plan targets Democrats here in South Texas, Austin, Dallas, and Houston by redrawing districts to increase Republican-leaning seats from the current 25 to potentially 30. This redistricting, which has been pushed by the Trump administration, has sparked accusations from Democrats of trying to dilute minority voters and violating the Voting Rights Act. State Democratic lawmakers are vowing to resist by possibly fleeing the state to prevent those maps from being passed or by filing court challenges. The battle over Texas' political map will have national implications, and we'll continue to bring you the latest from the special legislative session. A special session of the San Antonio City Council has been pushed back to next week. It was scheduled to take place tomorrow. City leaders are expected to talk about the potential economic impact of Project Marvel. That's the proposed sports and entertainment district downtown. That includes a new Spurs arena. That meeting is now set to happen on August 6th. Our KSAT crew will be there, and we'll be sure to tell you what happens.
University Health is expanding for $71 million. The Bexar County Hospital District Board of Managers approving the purchase of the Christus Santa Rosa Hospital at the Medical Center. The hospital off Babcock Road closed down in April. Now will be part of the University Health System.
And now to the latest out of the Texas Hill Country. In the aftermath of all that deadly flooding, small businesses need a lot of help. And groups are calling on state lawmakers now to make it easier for business owners to apply for disaster relief. Among those groups are the Texas Restaurant Association and the Texas Association of Business. They want state lawmakers to expand the Micro Business Disaster Recovery Loan Program. It currently accepts companies that employ 20 people or fewer. Those associations say that widening this program will help prevent this natural disaster from spiraling into an economic disaster as well.
These small businesses just don't have a significant safety net to fall back on. And so what happens is when they're hit by a major disaster, they have to have cash to make payroll. If you can't keep your people on payroll, then you can't get reopened.
According to the Texas Association of Business, small businesses make up 99.8% of all businesses in the state, and they employ nearly half of working Texans.
Nearly a month after the deadly hill country flooding, we still have so many questions about the damage and the loss of life. And happening tomorrow, state lawmakers hope to answer some of those questions. A joint legislative committee will meet in Kerrville at 9:30 in the morning for what should be an all-day, maybe all-night hearing. We expect to hear from local leaders about their response to the mass casualty event. Lawmakers will also hear testimony from community members in the hill country for the very first time. KSAT will be there. We'll be live streaming the entire hearing on all of our platforms.
We also want to remind you that our Together for Texas campaign is still happening to raise money to help in the flood aftermath, and we've already surpassed more than $1 million. KSAT, KPRC out of Houston, our parent company Graham Media Group, and Gray Media have all teamed up for this Together for Texas donation drive. You can scan the QR code here on your screen right now. That will take you directly to the donation page. Every cent raised will go directly to on-the-ground efforts in the flood-affected areas through the Salvation Army.
Today, the U.S. Federal Reserve making a decision on interest rates. Coming up, what the current outlook looks like.
Plus, Hays County has confirmed its first West Nile virus case of the year. Up next, how to protect yourself and what symptoms to watch out for.
have a favorite restaurant or a favorite hairstylist? SA Picks is back, and we want to know who you think are the top businesses in the city. There are more than 90 categories to vote on. Just scan the QR code on your screen. You can vote for each category once a day, and you have until August 1st to vote. The finalists will be announced on August 19th, and then there'll be another round of voting from August 20th through September 12th to determine the big winners. We'll announce the winners in late September, so cast your vote now for your favorite business to be recognized as the best in San Antonio.
Coming up tonight on the News at 6, he pleaded guilty to hiding his father's body in a freezer. But he wasn't sentenced on a murder charge. We're going to take you inside the courtroom coming up at 6.
New at 5, Hays County health officials saying they've detected their first case of West Nile virus this year. The county says they got that confirmation of the infection yesterday. West Nile is spread by mosquito bites. Most people who get the virus won't have any symptoms, but those who do get symptoms may experience things like fever, nausea, and joint aches. In some cases, serious symptoms like meningitis and comas can occur in people who have weaker immune systems. Health officials saying that when you do go outside, make sure to use insect repellent, wear long sleeves and pants in light colors if you can, and dump out any standing water where mosquitoes like to lay their eggs. If you feel like you may have caught it or have symptoms, call your doctor immediately.
And new at 5, no changes will be made to interest rates. Today, the U.S. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says he would like to see how tariffs that are expected to go into effect this Friday will affect inflation before making any changes.
Higher tariffs have begun to show through more clearly to prices of some goods, but their overall effects on economic activity and inflation remain to be seen.
The decision leaves the interest rate at about 4.3%, where it stood after the central bank made 3 cuts last year.
Look outside with live cam. Sarah Spivey told us to be on the lookout for a nice sunset potentially later this evening. We still looking at rain chances as well in the coming days?
Yeah, a small chance over the weekend, and we'll talk about that. But today was kind of a bit of a day of contradictions, right? We woke up in the morning and it was actually cool, whereas this afternoon, it is toasty. Take a look at temperatures out there from our weather watchers. 101 in Warren's backyard in Del Rio, 99 in Kerrville, 97 in Leon Springs, 100 in New Braunfels, 103 in Lavernia. A hot afternoon, but take a look at this. In addition to those beautiful cirrus clouds that are going to give us a good sunset, we got down to 67 degrees this morning. That beats a record set back in 1949 of 68. So what a big difference for us. We went from 67 to 98 for the high, a quick jump there, all because of the dry air in place. Dew points are only in the 40s. 45 degrees is what the dew point is. That's almost chapstick weather. When you get dry air in place, you get cool mornings, warm afternoons, and that's exactly what we've been seeing. We're going to have dry air tomorrow, but the humidity will be back by Friday, and into the weekend it's going to be just downright humid. So tomorrow, with the dry air in place, we are going to have another cooler morning. 72, still warmer than what we saw today and not quite in the 60s, but again, a pleasant morning around sunrise, and then morning lows will be back to where they usually are this time of year in the upper 70s. Looking at the clouds, again, that low pressure system right there off of the Gulf, and that is what is allowing for us to see those cirrus clouds moving in. Now, as that low moves on shore, we're going to have a very, very small chance for a stray shower in the afternoon tomorrow. But you'll wake up 72 degrees, around 10, it'll be 83, 92 around noon, and then quickly warming to near 100 degrees tomorrow afternoon. There is a small 10% chance for a stray shower, but anything that happens will be very light and again, very, very localized. Only a 10% chance for that to happen. 101 in Uvalde, it'll be 98 in Bulverde, 99 in New Braunfels, 99 in Floresville, 101 in Bandera, and 98 in Kerrville. That's because that heat high is right overhead. That heat high has brought the dry air, it's brought the heat. That's going going to be moving off to the west, and what we're going to see is a cool front drift across North Texas. I got to give you some bad news. It's not going to make it to San Antonio, but what it is going to do is it's going to fire off some storms in North Texas, and there's about a 30% chance of those making it to the Alamo City on Saturday, and that's why we see our temperatures come down into the upper 90s on Saturday as well. So just a small 30% chance for rain in our forecast. But as we have our first full week of August next week, heat cranks up. 101 on Monday and 100 on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're definitely going to add on to that triple-digit tally, which so far still only stands at 4, guys. Only 4 100-degree days.
Wow.
All right. Thank you, Sarah.
All right. I jumped the gun yesterday. I thought UTSA started fall practice yesterday. Today, they start fall practice.
Yeah, they started fall camp this morning an hour later because Coach had a good reasoning behind that. Coach Traylor, I'm talking about. Fall camp is underway for UTSA. How awesome is that? And you know what? Speaking of Coach Traylor, he made some drastic changes, he says, and Owen McCown, QB number 1, is all about it. Coming up.
Just wanted to get more sleep, and I want it to be hotter.
I did. I needed that. But obviously grateful to have another hour of sleep.
I want to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
The Roadrunners got some extra sleep this morning before opening fall camp in big board sports. All right, fall camp is underway for Jeff Traylor and his UTSA Roadrunners. The team hit the field this morning an hour later as they begin the grind known as getting ready for the regular season. The Roadrunners won their second straight bowl game last season, but the way they started off didn't sit well with Coach, and because of that, he's made some drastic changes.
Whenever you've made it as difficult as we have, I think relationships are just better. And we have just done more team punishment than we've ever done for one person's behavior. And it's something I've never really believed in. I've always tried to deal with things case by case, unit by unit, position by position. But this year we're just doing a whole lot more team punishment, a lot more team ownership, a lot more team accountability. And that has created way more friction, which has created better relationships. I've used the analogy 1,000 times. You know, Kurt Traylor and I have put hands on each other, like many times. We have put scars on each other many times, but he's my brother, right? That's what good teams are like. The best ones are families. They fight, but they're brothers.
More team punishment for one person's behavior sounds like a great way to get the entire team on the same page. Money backer Owen Peewee and quarterback Owen McCown, they're all for it.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, I keep using the term calling out, but it's just, you know, if somebody messes up, it's calling them out and having that guy own up to the team that he messed up, and it's, you know, all about the response to the next play. What are you going to do after that? So I just think it's a standard that's risen, and it comes, you know, from the players, and it has to be from the players. So I just think, you know, like I said, it has to be that self-leadership.
It means a lot because, as you can see, last year we started off pretty slow. So like Coach Triller saying all the stuff that we got to do, make sure we start off fast. It's a good thing because we need it for this season.
And how about this? The Roadrunners are 1 month away from opening their season at Texas A&M. Football season is here.
Crazy.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Fall camp and 100-degree temperatures.
Exactly.
Thank you, Larry. We'll be right back.
It's something that's deeply integrated into our everyday lives, screen time and social media. Happening tomorrow, KSAT Community will host a town hall focused on the impact of social media on children. This event aims to help families find that healthy balance between their online and offline lives. The town hall will take place at 2 p.m. You can watch it anywhere you stream.
Coming up tomorrow on GMSA, we're following up on a story out of Comfort and the concerns for homeowners there and a possible development. What could that mean for their water? We take a look at the rules in place to protect drinking water.
You can catch more coverage of stories like that on GMSA Plus every weekday beginning at 7 a.m. any way you stream. And here's a quick look at what's coming up tonight on ABC's primetime lineup at 7 o'clock. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire at 8, Match Game, 9 o'clock, Shark Tank, followed by the Night Beat at 10. Sarah.
All right, we'll be near 100 tomorrow with better rain chances over the weekend. Still only a 30% chance before hot next week. And I gotta say, school's starting, so Science with Sarah's back, baby. And if you want your kids or if you're a teacher and you want me to come to your class, here's how you do that. Scan this QR code, fill out the form there that is on there, and you'll be entered randomly to win a visit from Science with Sarah. We go out to your classroom and do science experiments live on KSAT. It's so much fun. So please scan that QR code. I'd love to be able to come out to your classroom or your kid's classroom.
And they're kid friendly and you can do them at home. That's what
exactly.
That's the biggest thing, yeah.